If you are having trouble with today's DeltaMath assignment, I'm going to go through a video here to kind of help you guys go over some of the most common mistakes I see on this. So on this assignment, for each problem, you're going to draw a line representing the rise, draw a line representing the run, and then state the slope in simplest form. That means you have to simplify your answers. If you mess up any part of those directions, it's going to count your entire answer wrong. So the first thing you have to do is choose 2 points on this blue line. You can choose a point anywhere you want for the most part, but you need to make sure you're choosing good points. And by that, I mean points that are crossing right at the intersection of two of the grayed out grid lines here. So you don't want to pick a point in the middle there because you don't know the exact coordinates. So let's say, for example, I pick this point here as my first one, and maybe I'm going to use this point here as my next point on the line to count my slope. A lot of times I see students just make a line right there. But that's not what we're doing here. You don't want to connect the 2 points. So I'm going to click on that and delete that line. And what we're really doing is we're creating our first line to represent the rise. So from my first point, I'm going up 2 units. So I'm going to click, and that is my first line. That represents how much I rise to get from the first point I chose to the second point. And then I'm going to click right there on that point where I ended, and I'm going to draw my second segment to represent my run. So you should always end up with your 2 orange lines kind of making like a triangle against your blue line. So that represents our rise and our run. So our slope, if we write that as rise over run, is +2 over +2. So we would simplify that, and you can use your calculator to simplify these slopes. 2 over 2 would simplify to 1. So instead of 2 over 2, you would put 1 in as your answer for this. And you would see that we got that right. I'm going to go over one more because I want to show you guys one that has a negative slope here. So if we look at this next problem, we're doing the same thing. We're going to find 2 points on the line. So I'm going to pick a point right here, but I'm not going to do one right here because you can see that right there is not a good point. It doesn't cross right on a grid line. So my next point, I'm going to go all the way up to here for my next point. So my first orange segment is the rise, and then I'm just clicking on that point again and making one more to show my run. So here I rise +3, and I run, if I'm going to the left, that's a -1. So my slope here is 3 over -1. And you can see this line is pointing down, so it does make sense that we're going to get a negative answer here for our slope. So your answer, 3 over -1, should simplify to -3. So that's just a couple examples for you guys. Hopefully that helps with your assignment for today.